Welcome to this learning session on accountability, the team perspective. We are glad that you decided to view this video to support your learning of the accountability competency. Please be sure to visit the CCRC page again. You will also find 2 podcasts and 1 infographic associated with accountability at the Journey Career segment. These additional items will assist you in your learning on this competency. To quickly go over the objectives of this course, upon completion of this video, you will be able to understand definitions and roles of accountability and how they relate to teamwork, practice approaches for team management, analyze responsibilities of team accountability and how they differ from self-accountability, apply team best practices for holding others accountable. Our agenda for this video will be as follows. We will cover a brief introduction of grounding ideas of why teaming is important. Then we will cover the definitions of the 5 C's of team building and the 5 C's of accountability. Finally, we will cover why team accountability and improving team accountability are important. Here is a short video that will autoplay in just a moment that was created by Sivakumar Venkataraman. The video itself is only 2 minutes in length. Please write down your thoughts and ideas that come to mind as you watch. After the video, I will provide you some key takeaways the author wanted you to glean from the video, and we can see if our thoughts match. As we get started, the simple premise here is that we cannot do it all by ourselves in every situation. It might start with one person, but then the team pitches in and the task is accomplished. Thank you for watching the video. Here are 3 key takeaways from the author. 1. When you look at a challenge as an individual, it can seem insurmountable to resolve. Some people may say that it's someone else's responsibility to fix and either sit and wait or walk away until it was removed. 2. It only takes one person to start the process for making a change, and others will follow. 3. When you work together as a team of many hands, the team can resolve any obstacle in the path of forward progress. Now, with a better understanding of who checks teams, when teams are successful and how to leverage skills across the team, let's discuss why team accountability is needed and some ways to improve team accountability if your team needs a few tips to build the team dynamic of accountability. Now let's dive into the definitions of the 5 C's of team building. As we move into our next section, we want to provide you with some common definitions of terms that will be discussed today: accountability, roles, and responsibilities of the team. We hope these definitions will ground your understanding of the topic of team accountability as we begin to relate that understanding to the practice of team accountability and how it impacts the work of NAVFAC. Command purpose. Set the stage for any team initiative by talking about the why of why are we here. Clear expectations. What is the ultimate need of the team to do? Clarify who will do what, when, where, and how. Communications and alignment. Ensuring the communication happens in both directions for leaders to the team and the team to the leaders. Also, to ensure the team is moving in the same direction and the efforts are aligned toward meeting the set goal of the team. Collaboration and coach. As time passes, new team members come and go. This time is allocated to ensure as new members come on board, they are getting the understanding from those that are long-term members of the team. Just as we ask for lessons learned from members that are moving into other areas and onto other teams by capturing their thoughts, suggestions, ideas, and best practices to share with remaining team members. Consequences. These can be both positive and negative. When most people think of consequences, they think of things going wrong. But let's focus on the positive aspect of the term consequences. By accomplishing big tasks and activities in being rewarded to continue the work effort on additional projects. Thank you for your attention as I read those definitions. Now we are going to spend a few minutes answering some questions. Now that you have read the definitions, pause the video and answer the following questions in your workbook. Will knowing these definitions impact how your behavior will evolve around team behaviors? Which of the 5 C's of team building is one of your strengths? Why? What is your largest area of improvement of these 5 C's? Why? Now that we have the basic understanding of the 5 C's for both team building and accountability, let's shift our focus to accountability and we will tie together the 2 different categories of the 5 C's. Character. First step in the equation. Good character enables trust. With trust, a team can thrive and grow. Without trust, it can cause major challenges in team building and overall success. Competence. Boils down to getting the job done the right way the first time. Commitment. The common cliché about teams is that they are only as good as the weakest link. But great teams are filled with players that refuse to be the weakest link. The best teams have teammates that when times get tough, they will step up and be counted on to support the whole of the team. Consistency. Consistency is the synthesis of the previous 3 qualities. When you have character, you're competent and you're committed. You show them every day through the good and the bad of the team's efforts. Your willpower allows you to stand behind the team and continue to push forward to meet the mission and goals of the team. Cohesion. Although it seems redundant at this point, it still needs to be stated that when every member of the team embodies these qualities, the team will be ready for any challenge and can overcome all obstacles to ensure the mission happens. Thank you for your attention as I read those definitions. Now we are going to spend a few minutes answering some questions. Now that you have read the definitions, pause the video and answer the following questions in your workbook. With knowing these definitions, will it impact how your behavior will evolve around team accountability? What is your strength of these 5 C's? Why? What is your largest area of improvement of these 5 C's? Why? Now, in your workbook, write down what you believe are the 3 NAVFAC LOEs. I will give you about 15 seconds. If you need additional time, please pause the video and resume when ready. Thank you for taking the time to enter your thoughts in your workbook. In case you didn't know or struggled with the answers, let me give you those now. The answers are 1. Enable warfighter lethality. 2. Maximize naval shore readiness. And 3. Strengthen the SYSCOM team. Within each of the LOEs, there are 1, 2, or 3 focus areas that support the alignment, structure, and organizational accountability of NAVFAC, such as Distributed Maritime Operations for LOE 1, Product and Service Performance and Infrastructure for LOE 2, and Financial Integrity, Workforce Talent Management, and Analytical Decision Making for LOE 3. Please pause the video and answer the above question in your workbook. When you are ready to continue, please restart the video. Thank you for taking the time to ponder the question. Here are some possible responses that might be what you have written down or come close to your answers. Communicating openly, mentoring, pitching in to help teammates, sharing peer feedback, being creative to solve team challenges, providing flexibility when possible. Over the next few slides, we are going to cover a few questions for you to consider. In your workbook, please write down your thoughts and ideas that come to mind when you think of these questions. First question, as you can see on the screen. What does avoidance to accountability mean? Please answer this question from your perspective. Please pause the video and write down your thoughts. When you are ready to continue, please restart the video. Thank you for taking the time to ponder your response to the question. On this screen is a possible response that may be close to your thoughts. This is the actual answer to the question. It is the actions of some that don't want to be held accountable for their actions. However, will quickly hold others accountable when they don't do something quite right. When you take into account self-accountability, you are holding yourself accountable to meeting the deadlines, objectives, or milestones set either by you or your supervisor. Many of us use self-accountability to ensure that we complete our tasks ahead of schedule so we can complete them earlier than required. However, when we look from the lens of the team perspective, even if we are not the team lead or supervisor, we can still work together to meet or exceed accountability standards. When we work with team members and provide support for their tasks or milestones, we are in essence holding team members accountable for their work efforts. This is just one example of how the differences of self versus team accountability can be played out in the workplace. I am sure you have other examples in mind from your own experiences. Next question, again, as you can see on the screen. What is the common key to success? In your workbook, please write down your thoughts and ideas that come to mind when you think of these questions. Please pause the video and write down your thoughts. When you are ready to continue, please restart the video. Thank you for taking the time to ponder your response to the question. On this screen is a possible response that may be close to your thoughts. This is the actual answer to the question. It is the measurement of progress when the team knows the standards and what needs to be done and by whom and by when. Next, we will be moving into why team accountability, why it's important, and how to improve. Now, with a better understanding of who checks teams, when teams are successful, and how to leverage skills across the team, let's discuss why team accountability is needed and some ways to improve team accountability if your team needs a few tips to build the team dynamic of accountability. In your workbook, please write down your thoughts, ideas, and understanding to the question, why do you believe accountability is important? While you are pondering this question, also think about this. What approaches could you use to support team management practices? Now please pause the video and restart when ready to continue. Thank you for taking the time to ponder the reasons why accountability is important. Now let's continue with a couple more questions for you to ponder and write your thoughts and ideas in your workbook. First question: what do you believe are benefits of accountability in the workplace? The importance of accountability can't be understated, but achieving it can be difficult. Organizations, agencies, and teams often face a variety of challenges and hurdles when trying to develop a culture of workplace accountability. Sometimes, the lack of accountability starts with individuals who fail to meet expectations. Other times, it manifests at the team or company level by simply accepting the unacceptable. Left unchecked, these bad organizational habits can weaken clarity about roles and responsibilities and further erode accountability. Now please pause the video and restart when ready to continue. Builds trust within the team. When you hold all employees accountable for doing what they are supposed to do, it breeds trust among individuals and teams. It allows people to count on each other, whether that means meeting deadlines, fulfilling duties, or feeling comfortable enough to approach a coworker or manager for help. Improves team performance. Fostering a culture of accountability increases efficiency and boosts productivity. How? When employees know who is responsible for what, it eliminates confusion and saves time, allowing individuals to meet clearly defined expectations. Strengthens the team culture. According to an article in Forbes, a lack of accountability can have a snowball effect throughout the team. When you embed accountability into the fabric of your company, you make accountability everyone's responsibility by establishing meaningful goals and team buy-in, building trust through support and encouragement, empowering everyone on the team, and celebrating successes together. Better compliance. When it comes to compliance, why is accountability important? In today's ever-changing landscape of laws, regulations, standards, and guidelines, compliance touches every industry. As a vital part of operations, compliance depends on accountability in business, holding employees and teams responsible for their decisions, behavior, and actions. Being accountable means working with integrity. Now that we talked about the why of team accountability, I would like you to take a few moments and in your workbook respond to this reflection question. Read the question. Now please pause the video and restart when ready to continue. Question 2. What are some ways that you can improve team accountability? There are several ways to improve team accountability, and they are all ways that we discussed here in this session and we use on a daily basis. Now please pause the video and restart when ready to continue. Start with clear and set expectations. The foundation of accountability in the workplace is defining clear roles, responsibilities, leadership structure, and clarity of ownership of projects and goals. To succeed in this fundamental step, clear communication and transparency in decisions are vital. Make accountability goal-focused. One of the biggest challenges and most important steps is getting employees to see how their individual contributions play into the larger mission, vision, and values of the company. If employees understand the bigger picture and see how their work furthers the organization's goals, they will find more purpose in their work and performance will improve. The more you can tie accountability to larger goals instead of individual activities, the more effective accountability in the workplace will be. Build the team with the right people. There's no way around it. If you don't have the right people on the team, it's going to be difficult to get the right results. Who are the right people? Employees at every level who are willing to align themselves with the organization's goals and mission. It takes everyone to achieve organizational accountability. It's not just leadership's responsibility. All employees from top to bottom must do their part in working toward company goals. Every job matters, and every employee adds to the greater good of the company. Communicate with transparency. When you've set clear expectations and defined goal-focused accountability with the right people in place, what comes next? Following a solid plan for thorough and transparent communication. Transparent communication is about more than being open and honest with employees. It means establishing communication standards, norms, and expectations. It means creating a safe space for honest dialogue, providing consistent and constant communication, and proactively seeking feedback. Effective communication involves leveraging technology, mastering meetings, and taking control of mobile comms and cloud-based collaboration. It means keeping remote employees in the loop, making internal documents easily accessible, and breaking down communication silos. Hold yourself accountable. Guess what? Accountability in the workplace starts with you. When you create your own path for personal accountability, you demonstrate integrity, discipline, and respect. All traits of a great leader. When you proactively approach employees to discuss their performance in a positive manner, it builds credibility with them. When you go to bat for employees to help them get their jobs done, it builds trust and loyalty. When you share the progress, challenges, and solutions of your own tasks, you model accountability and transparency for your team. For your final reflection today, please write your thoughts to these 3 questions in your workbook. What can you do today to make yourself more accountable? What actions can you take to help the team become more accountable? Why do you want your team to be more accountable? Now please pause the video and restart when ready to continue. Thank you for your time today, where we covered definitions, 5 C's of team building, 5 C's of accountability, the why of team accountability, and how to improve team accountability. You will find additional materials on the CCRC that we hope you find helpful for this lesson, as well as other materials for other career segments of accountability. To receive credit for participating in this course, email the address below with the listed subject line, course name, and completion code. Make sure to include all the following information. Thank you again for watching this video.